is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video, and welcome to Retro December. I've talked about this throughout the last year or so about doing this. Retro December is where I do all my airport updates in the month of December as retro updates. Why not start off with one of my favorite airports of them all, Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Today's update will be set in 2016. Just because it's a retro update doesn't mean it has to be 20 or 30 years ago. I usually will set these for somewhere between the 2000s to 2010s at some point in the past. And for me, I'm going to pick times that are significant to me. So 2016, my brother flew through Atlanta, and it was also one of the last years that you could see Mad Dogs and the Airbus 321s at the airport at the same time. You'll also see the unlimited 767-300, the return of the 777, and several other interesting things. The only aircraft I don't really have for this is the 767-400, which there's none of those really ever been made. There's been a couple, but it's hard to find them. The Airbus A330-200, which I'm getting very soon. The Airbus A320, which I am also getting very soon. And of course, the Boeing 747-400. I still don't have one of those, but those did fly in. They would fly to Amsterdam from Atlanta, which was really cool, and occasionally Tokyo Narita. So yeah, let's get started with this retro update. We got a lot of really cool planes to show you using the 2016 routes. We will start here with this Airbus A321 who came in from Boston. I'll go to Fort Myers. The two A321s I have here today are November 301 Delta November and November 302 Delta November, the very first two A321s into the Delta fleet. The next Airbus A321 came in from Phoenix Sky Harbor and will go to Detroit. Next up, we got the Boeing 757-200 without winglets. Here we have the 2007 Delta widget livery. This aircraft came in from Columbus and will go out to Raleigh at flight 826. The Colors of Motion 757-200 came in from San Antonio and will be going out to Washington Reagan National. The Ron Allen Boeing 757-200 came in from Kansas City and will be going out to Pensacola, Florida. This is a new model from NGMOS from Massive Unboxing number 9, and there'll be a few more Massive Unboxing number 9 models making their debut in this update. Here is a 757-200 Gen 1 with winglets who came in from New York JFK and will be going out to Orlando. The first of two Boeing 717s came in from Wichita and will be going out to Birmingham. The second of two Boeing 717s came in from Dayton, Ohio and will be going out to Newark, which at the time was one of the most popular 717 routes out of Atlanta. The 737-800 came in from Minneapolis and will be going out to Albuquerque. The next section of the airport is vaguely a representation of the Terminal D area where all the regional jets park, so we'll get started with those. The first of quite a few CRJ-900s came in from Cedar Rapids and will be going out to Knoxville. We next have a lineup of three regional jets, a CRJ-200, a CRJ-700, and a CRJ-900. The CRJ-200 came in from Moline, Illinois, and will be going out to Roanoke, Virginia. The CRJ-700 came in from Wilmington, Delaware, and will be going out to Corpus Christi in Texas. At this time, Atlanta had quite a few CRJ-700s, but now all of them have been removed from service from the Atlanta area, and most of them are based out of Detroit, the few that remain. The other CRJ-700s either went to Envoy Air or have been scrapped. The CRJ-900 in the background came in from Louisville and will be going out to Lafayette, Indiana, the home of Purdue University. The next CRJ-900 came in from Springfield, Missouri and will be going out to Akron, Ohio. I do realize that these next few CRJs are the SkyWest ones, which don't really fly into Atlanta at all, but these are what I have, and so these are what I will do. The last CR9 you saw was the Endeavour Air one, the former Comair one, the really well-known and excellent release by Gemini Jets from 2008, but these next couple will be the not as great 2021 release by Gemini Jets. The next CRJ-900 came in from Greensboro, Spartanburg, and will be going out to Greenville, South Carolina. Another note I should mention is there are no subscriber routes in the Retro December videos, but I will try to put in some of those routes as just routes here, but not as sub-routes, because this is a Retro update, and I don't really do sub-routes with the Retro ones, but when we come back to January, regular sub-routes will return. The final CRJ-900 came in from Toronto, and will be going out to Montreal. The ERJ-170 came in from Hilton Head Island and will be going out to Chicago Midway. These are a couple of the only ERJ-170 routes out of Atlanta, and I believe the reason why these are routes is because of the issues at those airports with short runways, so they use a smaller aircraft that has short runway capabilities, such as the ERJ-170. Next up, we got a Boeing 737-900 that came in from Austin and will be going out to Minneapolis. Next up, we got a Boeing 757-200 that came in from San Juan and will be going out to, I don't remember the city. Next up, we will do the special section for this update and the reason why I picked 2016. Let's take a look. Just before we get to the really exciting MD-80 portion, here we have the Airbus A319 who came in from Port-au-Prince and will be going out to Cabo. And here we have the section of the video that you all have been waiting for, the MD-80 section. Back in 2016, Delta had a large fleet of McDonnell Douglas MD-88s and McDonnell Douglas MD-90-30s flying out of Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson. Here you can see I have a lineup of 5 of them, and we're going to take a look at some of the routes that these aircraft would have flown at the time. Up top, we have a McDonnell Douglas MD-90. This aircraft came in from Norfolk and will be going out to St. Louis. The second aircraft from the top is also an MD-90, and this one came in from Tampa and he'll be going out to Nashville. These are both the 2013 release and they're great models. In the middle, we have an MD-88, that is the General Jet's 2014 release. This aircraft came in from Des Moines as Flight 1817, and we're going out to Omaha as Flight 1582. Next up, we got an MD-88, the General Jet's 2019 release, the best one of them all. This aircraft came in from Oklahoma City, and will be going out to Columbia, South Carolina. And then finally, the final MD-88 came in from Destin Fort Walton Beach, and we're going out to Dallas Fort Worth. On the taxiway, we have a UPS Boeing 767-300 who came in from Miami and will be going out to Philadelphia. Next on the taxiway, we have a Delta 757-300 who, after coming in from San Francisco, encountered a flap issue and is currently being towed over to maintenance for repair. After the repair is conducted, the aircraft will be taxied back to the gate and it will fly out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Next up, we have another CRJ-900 who is here on 2 of the longest CRJ-900 flights flown out of Atlanta. First one, he came in from Rochester, Minnesota, and will be going out to Portland, Maine. Both of those flights are about 2.5 hours long. Next up, we got the Delta 767-300 without winglets. Now, these aircraft were flying in 2016, which is the year that this model was released. This aircraft would have flown mostly domestic routes at the time, as we will be showing here. This aircraft came in from San Diego and will be going out to Fort Lauderdale. You can see it's currently getting loaded up with containers to those destinations. Next up, we got a 737-800, and some of these walk in the dual Wi-Fi boxes at the time. Delta at the time was on a large program to put SATCOM boxes on all the aircraft, including the 737-800 seen here. This aircraft came in from Mexico City, and then he'll be going out to Baltimore. The 737-900 is here from LaGuardia and will be going out to San Juan. The final 737-800 is in the SkyTeam livery, and this aircraft came in from Denver and will be going out to Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, CVG. This aircraft, believe it or not, is actually one that I saw at Cincinnati flying from Atlanta. It was a 737-800. I don't remember if it was this exact rig or not, but it was a SkyTeam 738 coming in from Atlanta to Cincinnati. Saw that in 2015. I'm like, yeah, I want to model that. So here we go, 738 from Cincinnati in the same livery that I saw it as. Moving on over to the international terminal, we do have some aircraft on taxiway that we're going to cover first. Here we have a Southwest Canyon Blue 737-700. This aircraft is here from Jacksonville, and then he'll be going out to Dallas Love Field. At the time, no 737-700s had the split scimitars. They were only the standard winglet configuration, like this aircraft right here. There were some 737-800s with split scimitars, and by this point in 2016, Southwest was starting to convert some of the aircraft to scimitars, but most of them, still in the Canyon Blue livery, still had standard winglets. The final CRJ-900 in Delta for the video is this Delta CRJ-900 who came from Chicago O'Hare and will be going out to Manchester, New Hampshire. The return of the Delta 777 is here. So at this time, the Delta 777 was a fairly common aircraft out of Atlanta. They operate both the 777-200ER and the 777-200LR. This model shows the longer range 777-200LR. This aircraft came in from Los Angeles as Flight 80, which was one of the most popular routes on the 777-200. And then he'll be going out to Johannesburg as Flight 200, which was one of the longest flights in the world and still is. Next up, we got JetBlue ERJ-190. This aircraft came from Boston, and he'll be going back out there. At the time, JetBlue did not have much service whatsoever, and to this day, they still don't have a whole lot of service out of Atlanta, but this was the one route they operated at the time. And the final aircraft on the lineup is this Southwest 737-300. That is right, you are looking at a 300. This aircraft came in from St. Louis and will be going out to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was a route at the time, Atlanta, Tulsa. I believe it still is. I know Red River Aviation could tell me, but still a cool plane. The Southwest was operating in 2016. These aircraft were retired not too long after, but these were awesome planes and it was really cool to see them. You could see them in Atlanta, you could see them almost everywhere on the system, and they were an awesome plane when Southwest had them. Moving on over to Terminal F, we have the Delta wide bodies, and we got quite a few interesting flights here. Starting with the A330 in the back, that is the Gemmajet's Airbus A330. The background A330 came in from Barcelona and we're going out to Madrid. Next up, we have the first of two NG Models Airbus A330-300s. This aircraft came in from Rio de Janeiro and will be going out to Honolulu. The second NG Models Delta Airbus A330 came in from Zurich and will be going out to Rome. And finally, at the bottom of your screen is a Delta 767-300 with winglets. This aircraft came in from Las Vegas and will be going out to Cancun. This was something that was pretty common at the time, and still is to this day really, where a Delta 767 would come in from a domestic location, go over to the international terminal, and then load up for an international destination or vice versa. Next up, we got the Qatar Airways Airbus A350-900, who is here from Doha. Yes, at the time this was not the most realistic aircraft being used. Qatar was using the 777-200 at the time, but the airline was flying in and they would eventually upgauge the route totally to the Airbus A350, so I'm going to display that here. Next up, we got the Air France 777-300ER, and at the time the airline used a wide variety of aircraft into Atlanta. It would depend on what the schedule was, but they would have up to 2 flights a day, and they would range from the Airbus A330-200 all the way up to the Airbus A380. And that was right, at the summertime they were using 2 aircraft, a 777-300ER as shown here from Paris, and an Airbus A380. And then at other times of the year they would use a 777-300ER and a 777-200, and then sometimes it'd be as small of aircraft as the 777-200 and the Airbus A330-200. So really cool that they were using such a wide variety of aircraft. I am showing my Gemmajet's 777-300ER, which is a pretty cool airplane. The final aircraft over here at the international terminal is this KLM 777-300ER, and this aircraft came in from Amsterdam. This was the typical equipment that KLM was using at the time, as well as you would see a 777-200 on the route as well. Finally, we're going to end this update over here at the T-terminal with the United and American section, where we have a United Airbus A319 from Newark, and he'll be going out to Chicago O'Hare. The ERJ-170 is turning into his gate, and he came in from Houston George Bush Intercontinental, and he'll be going out to Denver, which was in fact an ERJ-170 route at the time. The US Airways operating for American 170 came in from Miami and will be going out to Washington Reagan National. At the time you would still see US Airways ERJ-170s, so this is actually realistic for this time. Same thing with the Airbus A319, these would have still been coming in the US Airways livery in 2016. This aircraft came in from Miami and will be going out to Philadelphia. The final American Airlines aircraft is this CRJ-900, who came in from Charlotte Douglas and will be going out to Philadelphia. The final aircraft in this update is this 737-800, which came in from West Palm Beach and will be going out to Savannah Hilton Head. So that is pretty much it for this retro update of Atlanta in 2016. I hope you guys enjoy it so much, and we will have more retro updates for the rest of the month. We'll have 4 updates this month. We'll have Raleigh, BCI, and Omaha coming up, so I hope you guys all enjoy it. And there might also be a surprise airport I might throw in. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of Retro December. Have a great December, a Merry Christmas, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.